We welcome you inside the heart of Ohio, Centerburg, Ohio, and Centerburg High School, where tonight nets could be cut down. The Centerburg Trojans needing a win in its final KMAC matchup to clinch at least a share of the conference, but can Danville come in and pull the big upset? We'll find out coming up next.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some Thursday night KMAC action inside Centerburg High School in the heart of Ohio, Centerburg High School, Centerburg, Ohio. Travis Berardi coming to you alongside a special guest tonight. Coach Mark Bollinger had his debut last night, the Mansfield Senior Clear Fork sectional game. Coach Bollinger, a coach at River Valley and an assistant at Bluffton and Ohio Wesleyan. Coach, thanks for coming back with us.
Appreciate being here. Hope tonight's game is just as exciting as last night's.
Well, we have something to play for once again here at Centerburg is the Trojans, who come in here with a 14-3, 12-1 record in the KMAC, can clinch at least a share of the KMAC championship tonight.
And they're going to be led tonight by senior Carter Jones, two-time defending KMAC Player of the Year, probably going to get his 3rd Player of the Year award this year. And like you said, bigger picture though, they want to cut down the nets tonight.
Now they have to face their final test in the KMAC tonight, a Danville team 1-20, 0-11. But as a coach, you don't want your team looking down on somebody like that, because an upset can happen at any time.
Absolutely. Centerburg needs to keep their focus tonight. They have everything to play for, but that's one of these games that could be a trap game if they're looking ahead to cutting down those nets and maybe looking even ahead to tournament time. So they need to stay focused tonight, or we'll see if Danville can pull the upset and play the spoiler role.
So we bring up the starting lineups. First for Danville, head coached by Matt Moore. Number 2, Darren Mickley. Number 3, Walker Weckesser. Number 11, Max Payne. Number 24, Wyatt Weckesser. And number 34, Levi Lyons. As for the Trojans, number 0, Carter Jones. Like Coach said, the 2-time Player of the Year in the KMAC. Number 3, Dalton Hall. Number 22, Mick Mead, the 3-point threat. Number 24, Landon Griffith. And number 30, Alex Johnson, as we are just about ready to go here from Centerburg in this final KMAC matchup of the year for the Trojans. Danville will host Northmore tomorrow in a makeup. And we are underway. Controlled by Mick Mead and Centerburg. Trojans coming off of that tough loss to Fredericktown last week that put them back into a tie for first place. Mead in the elbow, back to Carter Jones. And, Coach, what would you tell your squad coming into a game like this? And like we explained, a down team like Danville, but still you have to come out and play the game.
Absolutely, and I think what they're going to try to do early, obviously, is get Carter Jones established, get off to a good start. And there you go. That's a great way to start, a great first possession and bury the open 3.
Landon Griffith hits, and Centerburg out in front. Now we'll see Danville in its first possession. And Mead gets the turnover. Into the lane, we got a foul. Count the bucket.
Defense creating the offense early there for the Trojans.
And just like that, it's a 5-0 lead for Centerburg, as Dalton Hall got the pass and took it ahead for the bucket, but can't hit. Rebound to Danville. Just underway here. Minute gone by, 5-0 Trojans. It's Max Payne. Almost got it stolen away. The Levi Lions inside. Layup shot good by Wyatt Weckesser. And Danville's on the board. Quickly back come the Trojans. Into the lane. Turns it over. Ahead to Weckesser. Over to his brother Wyatt. Now into the corner. Danville looking to get buckets on 2 consecutive possessions here.
Danville's going to stay in this game. They need to keep it in the 30s tonight. Do a real good job here, being patient offensively. Let's see if they can execute and get themselves an open look at the end of the possession.
And as you know, with these KMAC teams, most of these games do stay in the 30s and the 40s, and it might be the case this time, but you have a Centerburg team that they can put numbers up.
They can. They are very dynamic scoring, especially based off of Carter Jones, and then that opens up some perimeter things for them. But as we said, Danville comes in averaging about 35 points a game, and if they're going to stay in it, they need to keep it probably low 30s if they're going to have a shot.
Weckesser with the miss. Back come the Trojans, but they throw it intercepted. That'll be Danville.
After a good 5-0 start, a couple straight trips with turnovers. Not what Centerburg wants to do. Let Danville kind of hang around here and get a little bit of confidence. Yeah,
you get that quick lead, loosen up just a little bit, but Danville still right here with it. Misses the 3. The Trojans will have another chance. Carter Jones to Mead for 3. In and out. Rebound to Danville.
A little surprised. Centerburg's only sending 1 guy to the offensive glass early. I thought that they might crash hard and see if they could get some easy ones with a little bit of a size advantage they have out here tonight.
Yeah, they're doing that, one and done type deal, which that plays into the hand for Danville. If it's a slow shooting night for Centerburg, that can get you right back into a game like this.
Absolutely. If you're going to take on that kind of attack mode or that kind of role offensively, you have to make sure you're efficient, you get good looks, and you shoot the ball well. And so far it's not happening, but the defense is picking it up as Jones gets another turnover.
Takes it all away, and he will go to the line for 2. So right there, asking you shall receive, coaches. Jones takes it to the hole and will go to the line. Foul will go against Wyatt Weckesser, his first, team second. Jones hits the first. He's a 65% free throw shooter. Although, as a team, they're only a 49% free throw shooting team.
A little bit surprising. They've been that good, put up that kind of record with some of those free throw percentages. That's something that they definitely going to need to get fixed here as they get close to tournament time, or they're going to have to make free throws to win ball games.
But Dalton Hall bails out. Jones gets the offensive rebound. Into the lane, scoop and score. Landon Griffith.
Real good take there. He saw that gap right down the lane line, attacked it. The helper didn't slide over. He was able to get all the way to the basket.
Danville trailing 8-2. Turns it over. Back comes Meade into the lane. Layup shot misses. And I think we're going to get a foul on Carter Jones on the rebound.
Right now, Danville's just their own worst enemy. Turnover after turnover. They need to take care of the basketball. Like we said, if they're going to win, they need to be efficient offensively. And the first part of being efficient is taking care of the basketball and getting good looks.
When you take a look at that Landon Griffith layup on the Knox Community Hospital replay. But yeah, I think tonight the only team that can beat Centerburg is themselves.
I think you're right. It's going to take a great effort by the Blue Devils.
And a little push-off. Bucket goes. Max Payne on the board. Lead cut in half. It's 8-4 as we approach the midway point of the opening quarter. And for Danville, you're going to need those shots to continue to go in as well.
Absolutely. When you're trying to pull the upset, you need to shoot the ball well. And another one that was a little bit questionable, as far as the shot, but he got it to go. And, it's the old no. Yes, I love it. Let's go the other way and play defense.
I took a lot of those shots in high school, Coach. No, don't do that. Okay, you're good. You're good this time. Don't do it again. Yeah.
I understand.
Johnson in the corner gets it to Jones. Kicks it back out. That's Dalton Hall. Now to Meade.
That's one of the things that makes Jones so good is when he catches the ball in the post like that. He saw the double team coming, automatically read it over that inside shoulder and went to that opposite wing for the good look.
And that's a good job by Danville. They forced Jones underneath the bucket. He did not have an angle on the bucket. Still tried to go up, maybe force the foul, but Danville just straight up gets the easy rebound.
And there's another one where at the next level they're going to want that extra kick out to that corner shooter. But tonight, he got the turnover.
Nice take there by Darren Mickley, and he will go to the line for 2 with a chance to cut this to 2. So we take a look at that acrobatic shot by Max Payne. Got the separation, a little bit of a fadeaway, and gets it to go.
Yeah, a little bump with that front shoulder, got some separation, and got that one to go. And Danville, after getting down 5-0, they've got to be happy that they've been able to battle back, stay in this game, and like you said, they got a chance to cut it to 2 here.
Couple substitutions now for both sides. Logan Knight-Zeld in for Danville. That was a 2-shot foul, so that does surprise me that the substitutions came in early because they usually come in after the first shot, but
I think it confused everybody.
Yeah. Second shot in and out, knocked out of bounds, though, by Centerburg. So it'll stay with Danville.
Well, and here's another opportunity for Danville. When you struggle to score sometimes, baseline out-of-bounds plays are a great way to run that special set to give you a good look, and we'll see if they can execute off of this and get themselves something easy. Deep
3 attempt by Mickley. Off the rim, no good. Centerburg back out with it. Under 3 minutes left here, opening quarter, 8-4 Centerburg. Jones for 3 from the corner. Got it.
good job of using the screen to get himself open, caught ready to shoot, knocked it down.
Yeah, you can't leave him that open. He will hurt you more time than not.
Absolutely. Real nice left-handed shooter. Like I said, he did the work early. When he caught it, he was ready to shoot. Caught and executed.
7-point lead now for the Trojans as we come up on 2:20 left in the first. Danville looking for an answer. Weckesser back out the Payne. Trojans in their man-to-man defense. Payne for three, too strong.
Contested threes are tough, and that one didn't go.
And quickly on the other end, another one too strong, but the offensive rebound will be put back up by Levi Hauk, and he'll go to the line. So an offensive rebound by Centerburg once again bails out a not too good shot.
Yeah, shot selection again is so critical, especially at the high school level. When you're shooting a three, that closeout drops the percentage so far that you want to get those open looks, and didn't go down. But like I said, thank goodness they had the offensive rebound and were able to get themselves to the free throw line.
Wyatt Weckesser and Levi Lyons checking back in for Danville.
It's a critical last few minutes here, the quarter. See what we can do as far as, for Danville. Obviously, they need to keep this close. Don't want Centerburg to pull away. If they can keep it, 5 to 7 points, they'll be feeling pretty good about themselves going that second quarter. Centerburg, of course, try to open it up a little bit here as we end the first.
And Centerburg only 1 of 5 from the line thus far, so that helps them out as well.
Goes back to what you talked about, Centerburg beating Centerburg.
3 in the air, in and out. Good look there by Danville, just couldn't get it to fall. That was Wyatt Weckesser. On the other end, that layup missed. So both teams with decent looks but couldn't get it to score.
Yeah, just struggling to get the ball to go down, and sometimes that happens.
And that really determines who's the better team, who can get out of that funk.
And that goes back to running a good set, finding what you do best, and getting yourself an easy look. Right now it looks like Danville, they're trying to use the ball screen action, but they're not doing a real job. Their angles aren't good right now, so they're not able to get downhill. On that one, he came off a little curl cut, had him beat, and he got that first step down the lane line, was able to get to the free throw line.
And kind of bailed out as we take a look at the replay. Like you said, comes off that screen. The help came just a little bit too late and allowed him to get to the bucket. So he will go to the line as the foul will be against Jack Gregory, his first.
And that's something they can come back to, because as he caught that and was going down the lane line, that helper rotating over opened up that shooter in the corner for that one more to that next guy in the corner, and it's something that they can go back to on a future possession.
Weckesser misses the first. Misses them both. Almost got the offensive rebound, but it will come out to Centerburg.
I think I have the teams combined 1 of 9 from the line.
You're right. The lone free throw coming from Carter Jones as we're under a minute to go. Into the lane, puts it up, got it. Levi Hauk onto the board. It's 13-4. Half a minute left here in the opening quarter.
I think Danville's going to try to play for the last shot here. They're going to open the second quarter with possession, so maybe they can get a twofer here.
And, man, if he could get a bucket right here, that would really help out. They haven't scored since the midway point, but they lose control and turn it over. So now with 13 seconds, Carter Jones kicks it back out. Now they'll have a chance. Right side, Levi Hauk can't get the friendly bounce, gets his own rebound, puts it up. He misses, and that'll do it for the first quarter. And still Centerburg unable to get some of these shots to fall. However, they lead 13-4. We're going to take a break. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
Start of the second quarter here at Centerburg. Trojans leading Danville 13-4. Travis Berardi, Mark Bollinger. With the call here from the heart of Ohio. So Danville unable to score on their final possession of the first quarter. They'll have another chance here to start the second.
Yeah, they like to get off to a good start, and they turn it over.
Easy layup shot, good for Grayson Reynolds. And the Trojans lead now in the double digits, 30 seconds into the second quarter.
Tempo was in the favor of Danville. They were getting what they wanted, just losing the basketball, not taking care of the basketball. 2 of 6 from the floor. It's going to make for a long night if they don't pick it up on the offensive end. 6
turnovers now for Danville. Centerburg really can get momentum here if they can get this next bucket. Reynolds from the free throw line, right side. Into the lane, in and out. And another Danville turnover, so they haven't even had a shot yet in the second quarter. But on the other end, Levi Hauk for 3.
Leads to a quick timeout.
And Centerburg now starting to get into that rhythm.
Yeah, and they're using their defense. And, as broadcasters, we can kind of peek ahead. And as you start looking at what Centerburg's going to have at tournament time, first round game, Columbus International, North, they should be able to win pretty easily. But then that second round matchup, sectional finals, you're looking at North Union, who's a real good basketball team. They have a nice 6'7" post player, but they have really good experienced guards. And Centerburg's going to have to really sit down and guard that night if they're going to take down the Wildcats.
And I actually like the draw that they had. They actually got Columbus International due to International not even making it to the Zoom call.
Yes.
So because top-seeded Worthington Christian took the other bracket, they put Columbus International furthest away because in case something happens where one of the top teams accidentally can't make it, then they don't try and keep them from getting a bad draw. So that's what happened. So Columbus International gets the top spot, and nobody drew them because North Union went to the 4 seed, and Centerburg just jumps in there. I've seen North Union against Northmore at Northmore. Northmore kept it to a 9-point game. They matched up well against them. Centerburg also pretty much matched up with Northmore, so I think that's a really good draw for them to where they at least have a good shot of making a district semifinal. And then once you get there, you might have to see an Afrocentric team that year in and year out makes it to at least a regional final.
Right, and that's it. The thing with North Union is they played what some people would say down to the level of Northmore, but then you look at some of the other games they've played where they took Jonathan Alder, who's the number 1 seed in Division II. It was a 44-40 game. They played Marysville, good Division I team tight. Their other loss, I think, was the Fairbanks. So, they're real good squad experience, but it's a winnable game for Centerburg, but defense is going to be so critical that night. They're going to have to stop, the big 3 for North Union.
Also, they're going to have to get them into foul trouble because watching North Union's that shot's missed. So both teams on both possessions here missing their attempts. But North Union's a team that will reach. They'll try and get a lot of steals, but if you can get them to reach and commit a couple fouls, you can get them in the foul trouble, and that's what can keep you in there. And if Centerburg can shoot better than they have so far tonight, they might have a shot.
Yes,
but that's
absolutely.
Down the line. We
but
still have
that's down the line,
a couple quarters left of this one.
We can talk about it. Coaches are definitely not talking about it. They're worried about tonight.
Mickley in the corner. Danville still looking to get a score. They're in a drought of at least 6 minutes now. They lose it out of bounds, but it's deflected off of Centerburg. It'll stay with them.
They're doing a really good job of staying patient. Just a little lackadaisical coming off their screen, so instead of catching with a chance to catch and shoot, they're catching and they're giving that defender time to get off of that screen and close out, and it's making for some contested shots, and so they're having to give it up.
Mickley for 3, and finally they break that streak. His first points, it's 18-7. Into the lane, layup shot, easy bucket there for Alex Johnson. Kind of faked out the defense there, faked the pass and went right back in for the layup.
Yep, and the help was rotating. It was just a step too slow.
20-7 now, Centerburg leading. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the half.
There's that curl cut off the elbow. Didn't have it this time, but could have had the three off the screen from the top.
Wyatt Weckesser in the corner, gets it back out as they move it around the perimeter.
Danville's so close to being able to get themselves a good shot. It's just little things like the angle of their screen is just a half a step off, and it's allowing Centerburg to slide right over the top and not get picked off on that screen.
And that might work against some of the lower teams in the KMAC, but against a good team like Centerburg at the top, that's not going to work for you. You have to be perfect on your screens.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll see if Centerburg can capitalize on yet another Danville turnover. They're up to 8 already. Levi Hauk, right side. That's Alex Johnson. Almost loses it. 3 in the air for Hauk. Almost got the friendly bounce, but it goes out to Danville.
And again, tempo is where Danville wants it to be. Both teams, walking it up, unless it's off the turnover where Centerburg's getting out in transition. It's been a primarily half-court game.
Mickley maintains his dribble, but gets it stripped away. Levi Hauk now, 3-on-1, takes it himself and gets it to fall. Hauk with 7. It's 22-7. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. Foul will go against McMead, his second. Team's 4th. So a 15-point lead now for Centerburg.
Centerburg has to feel good as well. They're expanding this lead with Jones on the bench.
And Reynolds gets the interception off the inbounds, takes it coast to coast and one.
Great anticipation. Got the steal, attacked the basket, put the ball out in his left hand, kept away from the defender, shielded it, got the basket and chance to make it 3.
4 points for Reynolds. Foul will go against Weckesser, his second. So now it looks like Centerburg's got that rust shaken off and they're back to playing their kind of basketball, but yet still unable to hit the free throws. 3:30 left in the half, 24-7 Centerburg. Max Payne gets it back out to Weckesser. They move it around. That's Levi Lyons into the lane. Puts the shot up, misses. Back comes Centerburg. Looking to extend once again. Oh, my. Levi Lyons returned to sender.
Return to sender.
Colton Martin got the fake, thought he was open. No, sir. Out of nowhere comes Levi Lyons.
Centerburg staying with that open post look and be able to attack the basket on the baseline. Yep.
Somehow falling down, Levi Hauk gets his own rebound. But we're going to get a travel. 3rd turnover for Centerburg. As sophomore Colton Martin getting time.
Just got a little excited. Caught the ball. Didn't realize he was that open and got himself into a little bit of a rush.
Back on the other end, in and out. Rebound doesn't fall, but it's tipped back in.
Great effort staying alive. First, second chance points of the night, Danville.
Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Centerburg. Levi Lyons. Couple offensive rebounds and cuts the lead now to 24-9.
I think Danville just has to be a little frustrated with themselves. When they've ran offense and not turned it over, they've gotten some decent looks. It just hasn't went, but the turnovers have just haunted them the entire evening. And something that if they can clean up here, they can maybe try to work themselves back into the game a little bit.
Colton Martin, this time he hits from deep. And it's 27-9, and Coach Marhefka, he's already emptied his bench. 11 players have already been in this game. We still have 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
I think he understands the bigger picture here of what's going on. Get some of these younger guys some more experience in tournament time. You never know who's going to have to step up in a crucial situation. And every minute of game time is important for these young guys.
It's working out perfectly now. They're up 18. Weckesser tried to move it around, but it's turned over again. Hauk to the lane, and he'll go to the line.
Danville's, they're getting the ball to the high post right where they want to, but that player in the high post, is, when they're turning, they're not attacking the basket. They're turning, they're automatically looking for a diagonal kick out instead of turning, realizing that there's nobody there and attacking the basket and see if they can get something easy.
And still, Centerburg unable to get a free throw made here.
As good as you feel about being ahead 28-9, the missed free throws are a concern this time of the year.
Although if there was a game that you could afford missed free throws, it might be a game like this.
Very true.
Spencer Payne gets it right side to Nightzelt. Back to Payne. Now to his brother Max. Couple brother tandems here on this Danville squad. The Weckessers, the Paynes.
Catching face. Catches in faces. Maybe get that diagonal kick out or that back cut for a layup. Or an open free throw jumper. There you go.
Nice shot there. And it's 28-11. But quickly back the other way. Grayson Reynolds hits. 30-11, under a minute to play here. Second quarter. Spencer Payne into the lane, rejected. And then turned over. Oh, nice move, but they're going to call the foul. I thought that was a block. But nonetheless, he'll go to the line for two as we take a look at the replay. Got the interception. Alex Johnson, watch the move here. Whoop.
Instead of giving it up, he went with the Euro step through, got himself to the free throw line. We'll see if he can convert.
In and out. That's Walker Weckesser's third foul, as he will take a seat for the final 40 seconds. Misses them both. Rebound to Danville.
I'm sure there's some other schools in the KMAC that would have appreciated Centerburg shooting free throws like this against them.
I could think immediately off the top of my head Northmore. So those teams played to a 6-point game, and it was Centerburg hitting free throws late that won it for them. That three is missed. Both teams with 10 defensive rebounds. However, Centerburg with 4 offensive rebounds. The Danville's 2. Landon Griffith back to the top of the key. Open three for Reynolds. In and out. Offensive rebound put back. Got it!
Good hustle play. Right
Alex
at the buzzer.
Johnson hits right before the buzzers. We take a look at the replay. He thought he had not a lot of time, so he immediately put it back up, but using the glass to his advantage to hit at the half. Your score after 16 minutes, Centerburg 32, Danville 11. We'll be back with first half stats and analysis live and free on the OH Report.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report.
It is halftime here in the heart of Ohio with Centerburg leading Danville 32-11. Travis Berardi, Mark Bollinger here with the call on what could be a clinching night in the KMAC for Centerburg. Let's take a look at those first half stats. And Mark, a slow start for Centerburg, but they really bounced back. 57% from the field, 50% from three.
Yeah, Centerburg did a really good job of taking advantage of the turnovers to create some easy offense for them. They got some points in transition, and it's reflected by how well they shot the ball from the floor.
One of the low points, though, for Centerburg, 2 of 10 from the line, 20%. Like we said, in a game like this, you could probably afford doing that, but once you get next week in the tournament time, you can't do that.
Right, and you, as a coach, you worry about that. You worry about it getting into their head a little bit as they step up to the line in the next game. Maybe it's a little bit more important, a little bit more pressure, and you don't want them thinking back to that. As we talked about earlier, a little surprised they only shoot 49% on the year from the free throw line, and at tournament time said there's going to be some games where you're going to have to make free throws at the end if you want to advance.
Blue Devils only 25% from the field, 4 of 16. 1 of 6 from 3, 0-4 from the line. Rebounds pretty much the same, 14-12 in favor of the Trojans. Even defensively, 2 more offensive rebounds, but the big difference, turnovers. They've turned Danville over 11 times, only have turned it over 3 times themselves.
Yes, the turnover differential has been critical in the first half. It looked for Centerburg to continue to jump into those passing lanes to try to create some offense. If you're Danville, you want to counter that. Maybe run some isolation plays, set them up, and run some back cuts and see if you can get something easy as they're extending and trying to get into the passing lanes.
All right, we're going to take one more quick break. We'll be back with individual scoring and the start of the second half. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
Just about ready to start the second half here from Centerburg High School. 32-11, Trojans ahead. Looks like they're on their way to cutting down the nets tonight here. Individual scoring for this first half. Start with Danville. 3 points from Darren Mickley. Max Payne, Wyatt Weckesser, and Levi Lyons each with 2. As for Centerburg, led by Levi Houks, 8 points. Grayson Reynolds with 6. Landon Griffith with 5. Carter Jones with 4. Alex Johnson with 4. Colton Martin with 3. And Dalton Hall with 2. Score by quarter, 13 for Centerburg after a slow start. But they picked things up in the second. A 19-7 second quarter brings us to our 32-11 score. And Mark, we were talking in the break right before we came back. I think the KMAC, and I've said this multiple times, is a very underrated conference. There's a lot of good talent on the boys and girls side. On the boys side, you have a Centerburg team, you have a Fredericktown team that are high seeds in the Central District, but I also like East Knox. The boys there, they're a scrappy team, and I think you could get two, but maybe 3 or 4 sectional champions out of this conference.
I think you're definitely going to get a few. With the teams you mentioned, East Knox will be playing Danville in the sectional final with the chance to advance.
The Devil Dog game, so it's a rivalry game too. So that's going to be fun to do.
They've got to be loving that.
Yeah.
But then I think out of all the KMAC schools, I think Cardington is the team that has the best chance to make a really deep tournament run.
Yeah, they're the number 1 team. I forgot to mention them, but they're number 1 in Division 4 too. And because they're playing teams like these Division 3 KMAC squads.
Right, absolutely. And depending on how things go, it could be East Knox Cardington, I believe, in the district final.
And that'll be something to watch too. I believe that game went into double overtime earlier this year. So, that'll be something. And then the girls' side too, Cardington, number 2 overall seed in the Central District. I think they're 2nd in the state. Last year they went to a regional. And the fun thing about that for us is their regionals at Lexington High School this year. And they could go up. I was looking at the brackets before I came here. They could be facing a Willard team. So that would be quite the matchup in Division IV at Lexington High School in a regional semifinal.
And Willard is really talented.
Yes,
as
they
you
are.
know. Cardington obviously had a great season. The Lady Pirates went undefeated under Coach Edwards and looking to do some damage in the tournament again. But yes, if we could get to that Willard-Cardington game, that would be a classic.
And also in the girls' side, you and I will be down at East Knox on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. East Knox Northmore for a sectional championship. And Coach Chip, I love what she has done with her squad down there this year. And they have a chance to put up another number on that banner.
Absolutely. And anytime you can get a championship and put something on the banner, you celebrate those. And, I'm sure, like we've talked a lot tonight, Centerburg's really excited to finish this one out and put the banner up tonight. KMAC champions.
And on the girls' side, a tough loss last night for the Lady Trojans right here. The Columbus Academy lost by 6. Columbus Academy jumped out to an early lead, and Centerburg just unable to fight back. Although I like Bo Glenn's squad, a young squad, scrappy, just didn't have all the pieces they needed, but next year maybe that'll be the year for them to really get something going.
And there's a lot of teams in the area that are really young. Centerburg's, they're young. Jones being the only senior on this team, they're going to bring back a lot of talent. So, a lot of these teams, young players making contributions, getting experience, is going to lead to some good days ahead.
First attempt by Danville is missed by Max Payne. Also, a Northmore squad, they have 3 freshmen that are playing now, and Grant Bentley's their leading scorer. He put up 15 points against Colonel Crawford, a state-ranked team, last night. So, a lot of young talent, but also that young talent is helping out for some of these older guys and allowing these teams to possibly make runs.
Right. It's real nice to see that development where they step in and as freshmen and maybe even sophomores, they play a role, and then as juniors and seniors, that role expands into something a little bit bigger, not just on the court, but also in a leadership capacity.
So the Trojans missed the 3 there. Still scoreless. Just over a minute gone by here in the second half. 32-11, Centerburg.
Danville running a little bit of the old Princeton-style offense with a little high post entry with a cross action. See if they could get something off the handoff in the drive, but it wasn't there.
And like you said a couple times, that's going to be a charge.
Yeah, and there you go again. That's just taking a bad angle at the screen. He's got to get that guy deeper towards the baseline before he uses that screen to rub him off of there. And he just went too high at a bad angle and ended up turning it over with the charge.
Yeah, it's good when you're in the block to back somebody down, but when you're doing it at the free throw line, they're going to fall, and you're probably going to get called for the offensive foul.
Yep, got himself into no man's land there. And, real nice back cut there for a look and a kick out. Make the extra, get an easy look.
You got it.
Nice ball movement there by the Trojans.
Dalton Hall for 3. It's 35-11. We're going to get a foul against Landon Griffith. Got a little two-handsy there.
It's really fun to watch a team that's ahead by 24 in the third quarter making the extra passes and being unselfish. In a game like this, it could be really easy to say, okay, I'm kind of open, I'm going to take the shot and get mine, but they didn't. Trojans made 2 extra passes, got themselves an even better shot, and they ended up making the 3 off of it.
That shows how disciplined this team can be.
Disciplined, and it shows that they get along well and like to play together, and that's so critical.
Payne misses the 3. Centerburg comes out with the rebound. Left side 3, got it.
Well, the easiest threes to make is that transition 3. Get a good catch and a look before the defense can recover.
Landon Griffith hits, and it's 38-11. And now with that, Centerburg's over 50% from beyond the arc.
They've gotten themselves really good looks. That's been critical. Nice little cross screen action, good look to the post.
And finally, Danville able to get that pass inside off that screen for the bucket.
Absolutely. Much better job of using a little on big screen to get the ball to the post. Weren't able to finish on that one, but they were able to finish on the second chance points. Now they got a chance to get something in transition. They have numbers.
Yeah, Centerburg unable to get the layup there. McMead takes it back down and 1. So Walker Weckesser on both back-to-back possessions, a couple layups, and he has a chance to make it 5 points in a row. A nice little run for Danville here as we come up to the midway point of the third quarter.
Well, and here you go. There's another freshman out there putting, getting some minutes, and I'm really impressed. I'll tell you, Coach Moore, it's a bad situation. You're down big, but he's continuing to teach and talk to his players, and that's going to bode well for the future.
Nice pass inside. And that's a good answer right there for Alex Johnson. Centerburg just, that court vision, seeing the open man through a couple guys right on the block. Coming up on the 4:40 mark.
Make the extra to the backside corner, had the wide open three. Took the layup.
Max Payne. So Danville now starting to hit some shots. And, there's still a lot of time left. You don't know if they're going to be able to come back with this, but if they can keep hitting shots, that's going to give them some momentum as they go on to tomorrow's matchup against Northmore.
Right, and it's all part of the development process. Getting game reps, getting themselves in situations. And as they continue to do that and to learn from their mistakes, that's where they're going to start to build a foundation if you want to build a program for better days ahead, for not just, obviously the last few games this year, but also for next year and beyond.
Centerburg up by 22. Looking to maybe get this back into the teens.
Much better execution there. Handoff into the drive and pitch for the open three.
Levi Lyons hits. And it's now a 19-point game. Carter Jones on the other end with authority.
A name we haven't called a lot tonight, and he's like, hey, don't forget me, fellas. I'm still the best player in the gym.
Only his second field goal, but that's a nice little answer to put it back up to 21. And a little scoring update, especially for you, Coach. River Valley defeats Northmore tonight 62-44. Finishes off their regular season after last night upsetting Shelby by 3 at home.
Really good win last night for the Vikings. Some people are a little bit surprised, but Shelby is a team that is a perfect matchup for River Valley. And when you're talking about basketball, you look at matchups, and Shelby plays the exact same style that plays right into the strengths of River Valley. The Vikings had played them close earlier in the year, and Coach Brown and the Vikings were able to get it done last night to give themselves a little boost. And with the win tonight, secured a winning record, 12-10 on the season.
McMead off the steal gets the bucket. It's 46-21. McMead, that's his first points of the night. But here's a stat for you. 3 players already with 8 points, 2 more with 6 for Centerburg. That is balance.
Great balance. And again, as you get into some tougher games, we keep looking down the road, but teams are going to sit down and put their best defender and try to take Carter Jones out of the game. You're going to have these other players step up and make plays, and so far, like tonight, they've done it.
And one of them has been Alex Johnson. Give him the hoop, give him the harm. 3-point play coming up here for Centerburg. Got the distance, over the head shot. It's 48-21, and he's in the double digits with 10 points.
Again, another good take. Saw the gap in the defense and attacked it and was able to finish.
Can't complete the 3-point play, however. And on the other end, just offline for a 3 was Payne. And back comes Centerburg. So not quite the outcome thus far as you had last night, but still a good Centerburg team putting on a show here.
Again, and it goes back to the balance. They've settled in, and they've just used their defense tonight. Centerburg, Trojan defense has been the key to everything tonight, just creating turnovers, creating easy offense, and then when they get to the offensive end, sharing the basketball and getting themselves easy looks. And you do that, the game's pretty simple.
And once again, that was Alex Johnson, so he scored a few field goals in a row. Had that foul against Centerburg against Timothy Wheeler. That'll be his first. A couple other scores on the OH report this evening. A couple girls sectionals out of Division 3 and 4. Division 3 sectional semifinal, Crestview Lakota. Crestview 61, Lakota 30. And down at the Cub Cave, the Lucas Lady Cubs leading 51-27 over Plymouth. They're going to give that one a 3 for Darren Mickley. He now has 6 points. Centerburg misses as we go under a minute left here in the third quarter. 50-24. Centerburg put 50 points in 3 quarters And more likely than not, in a KMAC matchup, that will give you the victory. Unless you're playing Fredericktown or Cardington, then it's going to be a shootout. But
a little bit more up-tempo, a little bit more scoring.
Rebound put back is good. So Danville with the offensive rebound. Meade open three off the back iron, but they get the offensive rebound. 5th offensive rebound for Centerburg, and they'll pull it back out with possibly a chance at the last shot. We'll see if they take it. Leading 50-26.
Centerburg's just doing the little things that Danville's not, the offensive rebounds, taking care of the basketball, the simple stuff that makes the big difference.
The extra pass right there.
Exactly.
Alex Johnson now with 14. Heave at the buzzer, offline, and that'll do it for 3 quarters. As we take a look, just that extra pass. Just a great play for Centerburg, as they've been doing that all night long. We're going to take a break, be back with the 4th quarter and what looks like a net-cutting ceremony. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.
Start of the 4th quarter, Danville with possession. Down by 26, 52-26. Travis Berardi, Mark Bollinger here. As Centerburg looks to wrap up, at least to share the KMAC championship. We're going to get a bump, I believe, against Timothy Wheeler.
I think one of the battles that Danville's facing is understanding what they do well. It looks like they're not sure their identity, what they want to do, how they want to attack Centerburg, and because of that, it causes some delays, some decision-making errors instead of taking advantage of some easy stuff that they've had a chance to get.
And Colton Martin right there gets the bucket. 54-26. Martin now with 5 points. Next, Payne for 3. Got it.
Good look. It's a good look there for Payne. Wide open, had his feet set, catch and shoot.
7 points for him. 54-29. Another offensive rebound for Centerburg. But we're going to get a turnover. And I think that's going to be the 3rd against Wheeler. Back-to-back fouls. That'll be the 6th against Centerburg. So next foul will be a 1-and-1 for Danville. Jack Gregory checks back in. Quick release 3. And Mickley hits again. He has 9. And on back-to-back possessions, Danville getting from beyond the arc.
Yeah, nice little action there. Got themselves an open 3 off the set.
Almost got the turnover as well, but it'll stay with Centerburg. Leading now by 22. Kicks it out. Gregory for three. In and out.
There's a great understanding of the game. They ran America's play off that inbound, curled off of it, drove it to the lane, saw that helper sliding in there, and went immediately to that backside three.
Mickley tried with the heat check there, but could not convert. Both teams now trying to pull up from beyond the arc. Centerburg will back it out. 5:45 left here in regulation. Reynolds looking inside, finally gets it into Martin. Martin, nothing doing, gets it back out. Timothy Wheeler to the lane, off the back iron. Danville gets the long rebound. And we're gonna have a shooting foul.
Nice take there by Max Payne. Caught the ball in transition, showed the ball high to the guy closing out, the defender closing out. Was able to ball fake, get by him, and get himself to the line.
Foul will be against Isaiah Reynolds, his second. Max Payne will go to the line for two. Got the first.
Made free throw. We haven't seen a lot of those tonight.
That's the one rarity that we've seen in this game. We've seen everything else, but made free throws. And we see both being made. I think that's the first time tonight we've seen that. 9 points for Payne. 20-point game, 54-34. Nice pass. Can't get the fall, but gets the offensive rebound. Wheeler kicks it back out. Three in the corner by Gregory. Doesn't get it.
I really like the fact that Danville has continued to try to work on things. You know, they've won one game all year. It'd be really easy to come down, just one pass, throw it up quick, but they've continued to run offense, trying to show growth, and it pays off for them here. They get a nice three and cut it to 54-37.
Mickley hits his third three of the second half. He has 4 total, and he has 12 points. And just like that, it's a 17-point game. This was as high as 26 points. But now Danville's still, still fighting, like you said, chipping away. I don't know if it's going to be enough because there's only 4:23 left, but you never know. Well, that's why they play the game.
Well, and you love it from the character standpoint. It shows the character of the kids, the character of the coaching staff, that no matter the score and the situation, they're going to play to the end. And you love to see that because that's a life lesson. That's not just a basketball lesson.
Martin goes to the lane, but he's swatted away by Lyons. Centerburg will keep possession. Martin holds it, gives it to Reynolds, now to Gregory. Into the lane, lays it up, got it. He made that look easy, despite having 5 defenders around him.
He did. I thought he was going to kick it out for the diagonal three. Instead, he just split the defenders, a little step through, got himself to the basket. Nice left-handed finish.
56-37. Mickley into the lane, kicks it back out. Weckesser, he'll try into the lane, puts it up, off the rim. Didn't get enough elevation on that one, and Centerburg comes back. We'll get a foul. Only the third by Danville in the second half. That'll go against Weckesser, his third.
As both teams move forward, one thing I'd really like to see them do a little bit better job of is stepping over, getting a little higher in the gaps so they don't get split on those dribble drives. As you said on the last possession for Centerburg, they were able to split 5 defenders and get to the basket. And, that's something that just can't happen from a defensive perspective.
Reese Scott, Carter Morgenstern now checking in. The 2 JV players, and that officially empties the bench out for Centerburg. And, I was on varsity for 4 years, didn't get a lot of playing time freshman, sophomore year, but you knew every time you got that quarter, that's 1 quarter closer to getting that varsity letter. So,
yep,
getting this quality playing time here late, not only helps your development, but you never know, it might get you a varsity letter down the line.
Exactly. Get that thing on the letter jacket, wear it with pride. That's tough.
Wow.
Step back three with a guy in your face.
Mickley putting on a show here in the second half. 15 points for him. It's 56-40. And now you're getting to the point where Centerburg, those younger players trying to put up some shots, missing, and Danville getting a little bit of momentum.
Right, and they're quick. They're not 3 or 4 passes in. They're quick possessions, getting the ball back to Danville. That could have won and made it a little bit interesting.
Yeah. Got a foul on the floor with 2:40 left. That'll go against Spencer Payne, his first. And the Trojans 2:35 away from the KMAC championship.
I'm sure Centerburg's really happy tonight. They get a chance here to win. They're going to win this game, get a quality win. Like you said, clinch the league championship, get a lot of playing time for a lot of people. Keep Carter Jones on the bench, make sure he doesn't get hurt. I was telling you before the game, I saw, Muskingum, Mount Union, a lot of Division III coaches here tonight to recruiting. This is one of those recruiting visits where you don't go to watch the guy play, but you go to continue to develop that relationship in the recruiting process because he hasn't seen the court a lot tonight.
Centerburg with a rare turnover. And we'll get a foul on the turnover, so Danville's going to go to the line for a 1-on-1, and Coach Marhefka, he's going to have to calm his team down right now because a couple free throws, it's a 14-point game with 2:22 left.
Well, and you never know what can happen. I mean, we've seen it before where crazy things happen, and especially, if they could get a couple or get 2 free throws here, get a turnover, quick basket, now you're bringing guys off the bench for Centerburg that have been sitting for quite a while. Some of them have sat even from the third quarter, part of the third quarter on. Makes it tough, especially, when you shoot 49% from the line as a team anyway, and then you come in cold. Could be interesting here, but it's going to start with they need to make the free throws.
What are you telling your team right now? I mean, you still have
at Centerburg?
For Centerburg, you still have a quite comfortable lead at 16 points, but that was a 26-point lead about 3 minutes ago.
Well, I think the first thing you do is, obviously focus on defensive rebounding. Rebound the missed free throw if there's a miss. Miss or make, when you get possession, come down and run offense. Let's not run something quick, no quick hitters. Let's run an offense, take 20 seconds off the clock or whatever, get something good. Don't just, quick shot or quick turnover.
Lyons misses the first short to Centerburg, now with a chance. Misses the 3. So a quick possession by Centerburg too. They didn't get they got the defensive rebound, no points by Danville, but the quick shot gives Danville a chance and they convert and get a timeout. So now it is a 14-point game as Max Payne now gets into double digits with 11, and there's still over 2 minutes remaining.
And again, another good timeout. Coach is looking at a 14-point game, 2 minutes to go. Most coaches in this situation, they're going to be doing the same thing. So it doesn't matter if you're, down 26 or you've been down 14 for most of the second half. The reality is you're in a 14-point game, 2 minutes to go. Continue to press, see if you can get something to happen here, and get a quick steal, quick basket, quick 3, and get closer to getting down to single digits.
And for Coach Moore, now he has to be thinking, man, we only scored 11 points. You get 2 or 3 of those field goals to fall now. This is a 3-4 possession game.
Right, and I think he'll go back and look at the tape and just turnovers. Obviously the first thing he's going to try to fix, and he has. I've watching through the game, I've watched him talk to his young men, talk about the different things and valuing the basketball, and he's done a real good job of teaching and staying calm and doing exactly what a young group needs to do. They don't need somebody yelling and screaming at them about how bad they've played.
What a pass there. Jack Gregory back on the board. And that's a big bucket for Centerburg to get some of that momentum back. But what an extra pass by Reese Scott. That selflessness we see once again.
It's kind of been the theme again, for Centerburg. Been there throughout the year, but making that extra pass, being unselfish, and winning basketball games with it.
Max Payne with the answer. Centerburg almost turned it over, but instead to the lane, Grayson Reynolds. And it's 60-44, and now Centerburg can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yep, settled in, got a couple easy baskets, took care of business, stretched it back out to 16.
And they're going to call that off for an illegal screen. Tough break there.
Payne's wanting the basket. He's looking at the official like, at least give me the three. It's not happening.
Levi Lyons called with the foul. Centerburg almost turns it over, but now they get a fast break. 3-on-2. Another pass by Scott, that time a little bit off, but Centerburg retains possession under a minute to go. Reese into the lane, lobs it up, got it.
And you love to see the reaction from the bench. They are happy for him making that shot.
Reese Scott onto the board. It's an 18-point game. He gets the steal. Gets it ahead to Martin. Martin tried the dunk, but he will be fouled and go to the line for two.
You know you have a solid program in place and a team that is bought in when your starters and the guys that play the majority of the varsity minutes are on their feet going crazy when a JV guy gets a basket.
It's a fun time. You like to root for them because the effort they put in practice, you know, they deserve their playing time, and you want them, you know, be like the guys, get a couple buckets, you know, get that confidence going.
Right, it's an appreciation for all the work they put in, like you said, at practice, being the scout team, playing dummy defense, whatever it may be. So you get a little bit of a reward, and he rewarded himself tonight with a basket, and like you said, got himself in the book.
Payne, nice pass off, layup good.
Good look by Payne, dribble penetration. Helper stepped up, little dropping a dime to the backside.
17-point lead, 5 seconds left. Jack Gregory gonna dish it back out. And they're gonna have to find a new net because Centerburg's gonna tear this one down. They're cutting down the nets in Centerburg tonight. The Trojans are back-to-back KMAC champions. They defeat Danville 63-46. We're gonna take a break. Be back with our player of the game. That's Alex Johnson. And also, we'll try and get Coach Marhevka up here to talk about what they have ahead in the tournament, as well as final stats and analysis. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. Stick around, folks, because coming up next is your Player of the Game presented by Knox Community Hospital. Find out who it's going to be right after this.
Time now for your Knox Community Hospital player of the game, and that is Alex Johnson with a team high 14 points as the Centerburg Trojans back-to-back champions. How does that feel for the KMAC?
Oh, it feels amazing. I mean, we've been working our tails off all season for both years. We have a great group of guys, and we're just glad to get it done.
And, you know, you guys fighting with Fredericktown pretty much the whole year. You got the win here, tough loss last week, but still just the fact that you're able to be at the top of a really tough conference, it's got to be a good feeling.
Oh, it's a great feeling. I mean, we've been working for this all year. We knew our goals, and we achieved them.
Now, talking about tonight's game, great just team effort. You got everybody in. You even got a couple of the JV guys in there late, got a couple buckets. I know you guys are pumped about that, which is really cool to see. But 14 points from you. Just talk about your night.
I mean, my team set me up for great opportunities, and my job was to capitalize, and I did that. So.
Really balanced attack. You have 14, Griffith with 8, Hauk with 8, Reynolds with 8, 6 by Martin off the bench, Carter Jones with 6, Dalton Hall with 5. It just you're spreading the love tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's our plan. I mean, everyone gets their touches, everyone gets to take their shots when they're open, and that's just our game plan.
So is this the last regular season game?
Yeah.
Next up, you get Columbus International here for a sectional semifinal, and then hopefully you get that victory. You go on to take on the 4th-seeded North Union for the sectional. But now that you have the regular season out of the way, just what do you guys have to work on going into tournament time?
Free throws for sure, making sure to run our stuff, knowing what we got to do, be crisp and everything, and just focus on us.
Beginning of the year, like you said, you guys had high hopes. You had a good team from last year, bringing back pretty much everybody. Is this the place you guys want to be right now, momentum-wise, you know, playing offensively and everything like that? Are you where you guys want to be, or do you need to work on a couple things?
Oh, you can always definitely work on a couple things. I mean, there's always little nitpicky things that you can look at and see that you can do better in some areas and you're good in other areas. But there's always room for improvement, so we're always working for that.
All right. One final thing for you, if you want to look into the camera and give a shout-out to anybody in Centerburg Nation, go for it.
Shout out to Trojan Nation, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned. There's more for the show.
All right. Get on down there and, I guess, cut down the nets. We're going to now bring in head coach John Marhefka. Coach, congratulations. Back-to-back KMAC championships. That's got to be a great feeling for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great feeling for the young men. I mean, obviously I wasn't part of it last year, 2 weeks before the season, but they talked about their goals, and that was something that they worked on since the beginning of the year. So I'm glad to see it come to fruition.
You were telling us before we came back from break, you know, it was just nice to get everybody in. You cleared the whole bench out. You got everybody in. You got some valuable playing time, which could come in handy come tournament time. If, say, a couple guys, you know, get into foul trouble, you get, hopefully it doesn't happen, but an injury. But tonight was a good chance to get everybody some playing time.
Absolutely, and I think that was part of our game plan. We've got some young players that just need to get the experience, and we have to learn. And when you're in that, it gets them varsity experience, how to finish a game. It gives our guys some rest. They've been playing a lot of minutes. It avoids the injuries. So those are three big keys to try to do at this point in the year.
You get 6 days off before you're back here for a sectional semifinal. We know free throws are probably going to be key to that you're going to probably be working on in the next couple of days, but what else would you guys need to be, you know, focusing on as you get, you know, a couple days off before you get back to action in tournament time?
You know, I think there are many variables at this time of the year, even if it were a regular season. So I think keeping their minds fresh and their legs fresh is the biggest thing. So a mindset, I mean, you give it up to teams that we've played all season long. There's not teams that are giving up, but you get to this point of the year in the tournament, and with the pandemic, people are looking at things that maybe get their focus out of line. And so we got to keep them focused, keep them fresh, and enjoy the experience. They still got to have it was good to see a lot of smiles tonight and the guys cheering for each other.
Now I'm going to ask you, just not many times we get a coach up here right before the tournament. Explain your thought process into your positioning in the draw. You guys are the 8th seed. You got Columbus International. We know Columbus International didn't even show up for the draw, so that's where they got put. You have North Union, the 4th seed, coming up in that sectional final. But just why did you go to the place that you did?
Well, we had 3 goals when we looked at when I met with my staff. The first one was we wanted the best winning path that we wanted to. We wanted a home game. And then we also wanted to avoid certain teams on the
Worthington Christian,
you can say
Harvest Prep teams.
There are a lot of teams that we want to avoid. But I think that we're one of the toughest teams on our schedule. We got to fight ourselves and get out of our own way. So I looked at a path. But you have to wait. Where we were seated, the other teams had to make decisions. And then I decided that we wanted a home game and we didn't want to sit around with a bye because sometimes you get slippage when you have too much time off.
Exactly.
A lot of coaches were feeling the same way. So North Union kept, passing on their choice. We kept watching. Then we finally saw the opportunity. I thought it was, a good opportunity to achieve our 3 goals, and I actually feel pretty good about our draw. Now, the work's going to be, can we keep ourselves focused, and can we get sharp and have the right mindset?
And, when I saw the bracket for the first time, I actually liked your draw as well. North Union, we saw play Northmore. Northmore played them tough at their place, a 9-point game. You guys, a couple battles with Northmore as well. I think you guys will match up well against them. So I agree with you. I think you have a very good path. To possibly a district semifinal.
Well, we hope so, but like I said, a lot of it comes up to what we can control and our effort and our attitude. So that's what we're going to try to focus on.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach Mark Hefka, on the KMAC championship, and good luck down the line. We'll see you again after the sectional semifinal. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
We're going to take another break, be back with final stats and a net cutting ceremony right here, live and free from Centerburg.
When you're on the go and need a fix, both for your body and your vehicle, stop in at Webb's Marathon and Automotive, celebrating 20 years of service at 164 East Main Street in Centerburg. Family owned and operated with premium products and services. So make it Webb's and get what you need to keep your engines running. Proud sponsor of Trojans basketball.
The Teen Advisory Council of Knox County engages youth in activities to prevent violence, underage drinking, and suicide. TAC encourages youth to stand up for themselves and maintain healthy relationships among their peers. TAC empowers members with confidence to use their voice for positive change, enhance their leadership skills, and plan and coordinate events. If you would like to learn more about TAC, visit us at www.tacofknox.org.
Back here at Centerburg, where they've started to cut down the nets. The Trojans are 2020-21 KMAC at least co-champions. We'll see about Fredericktown's game tomorrow night to see if it's a co-championship or an outright championship. Travis Berardi back here with Mark Bollinger as we bring up the final stats. 63-46 your total. Blue Devils shot a lot better in that second half, and they shot a lot better from beyond the arc in the second half. 7 of 18 after starting 1 of 6.
Yeah, real slow start for Danville offensively, scoring 4 points in that first quarter. But then they picked things up in the second half and were able to make some shots and cut down on some of the turnovers, and that's what allowed them to cut that almost 30-point deficit down to 14 at one point there late.
Only 5 turnovers in the second half as well, 16 total for the game. Only 6 turnovers for the Trojans, 3 in the first half, 3 in the second. Rebounding 26-20, and that was pretty much the offensive end was the difference there. They shot 53% from the field, so stuck around where they were. 32% from 3, and the big one right there, they were only 1 of 2 from the line in the second half, but still 3 of 12 from the line. That's going to hurt.
And that's something, obviously, that we talked, and Coach is going to talk to them about it a little bit tomorrow, and I think they're going to make free throws or they're going to be on the baseline with a little bit of running in their future.
So as you see in the background, Centerburg cutting. They do cut the nets down at least. They still get the win, 63-46. But, Danville gave them a little bit of a scare in that second half. Started playing ball, and like we said during the broadcast, Coach Moore, really, he's going to be looking back at that first half where they only scored 11 points. And, think, man, if I got a couple more buckets there, this would be a completely different game at the moment.
I'm sure, though, he's really, really happy with the effort from his kids. They continue to play hard. They continue to work on the things that they need to work on. Hopefully for them and in Coach Moore's mind that when they walk out of here tonight, they're a little bit better than they were when they got here. And, now they're going to, proceed forward, finish out the regular season, and, then get into tournaments time and see if they can pull the upset in the rivalry game.
Yeah, they'll have East Knox coming up next week in a Division IV sectional final. Individual scoring, first we'll go to Danville. Darren Mickley led the way with 15 points, 5 threes for the 15 points. Max Payne with 13 points. Levi Lyons with 7. Walker Weckessler with 5, and 2 others with 2 points. As for the Trojans, a very balanced attack tonight, led by Alex Johnson with 14. Then 3 players with 8 points, Landon Griffith, Levi Hauk, and Grayson Reynolds. Carter Jones with 6. Same for Colton Martin with 6. 5 points for Dalton Hall, 2 points for Mick Mead, and also 2 points. Got to give you a shout out one more time, Reese Scott. You did get the bucket late. Carter Jones, you see right now, cutting down his piece of the net, but, 6 points, but that's all they needed from him tonight. It was a little bit of a night off, but, everybody else picked him up.
Well, Carter had the opportunity to play a different role tonight. He got to play cheerleader and team leader a little bit tonight from the bench just because they had things in such good control. And, as Coach talked about, we talked about during the break, in a game like this where you're in complete control and with big goals still ahead of you with the tournament coming up, make sure that, he gets rested. They've played a lot of minutes. He gets rested up, and you don't get anybody injured, especially Carter Jones.
Now it's time for the coaching staff to get up there. But, Centerburg now 6 days off before their next game against Columbus International. They have a chance to really, you don't want to say it to jinx them, but they also have 6 days of prep for North Union.
Yes. You're not.
We're allowed to say it because we're not the coaches,
right.
But, they'll be putting in some stuff for North Union as well. Columbus International, the second to last seed in a 35-seed Central District. You don't want to overlook them, but you do want to prepare for them for a couple days, but it also allows you that big break to start putting some things in for North Union.
Absolutely. And I think, if anything, they're going to go back and they're going to work on fundamentals. Centerburg's going to work on breaking down the things that they need to get better at. Not just for Columbus International, obviously, but looking ahead to that North Union game. And, International last night was, like you said, the second to last seed, and the last seed was KIP. And KIP beat them by almost 30 last night. So it could be another night like tonight, and as far as Carter Jones and a lot of the other Trojans might get some rest that night.
But at least it gives them a chance to be on the court against somebody else after a week's break. And then you get a couple more days before heading to North Union for a sectional final next Saturday. As Grayson Reynolds almost got put on the IR there, almost fell off the ladder. So we see Coach Marhefka going up to finish things off. But, yeah, the Centerburg team back-to-back KMAC champions. Last year they got knocked out in the first round, however. They got upset. So, you know, they have that chip on their shoulder as well to try and get off.
And you know, you have to look at it in perspective, too. Yeah, they lost in the first round last year, but they lost to Johnstown, who went on to win a district championship, including beating North Union by 3 in the district finals. So, yeah, they lost that first round, that sectional final game, but they lost to an outstanding Johnstown team that was a little bit lower of a seed than a lot of people thought they deserved last year. But, you know, it's a new season, new chance to, you know, to do some new damage and do something right and see if they can make a run this season. And it sounds like from, you know, what the players are saying and coaches saying that their focus is doing that, and they've got their mind in the right spot. And, you know, now it's just a matter of getting out on the court and executing.
Yeah, and like we said, this KMAC, there could be a couple teams with sectional championships at least. You got Centerburg as an 8th seed overall. Tough one against North Union, but they have the chance to beat them. You go down, Mount Gilead's a 15 seed. Probably going to have to face Johnstown Monroe, though, but, you know, that just one win gets you a sectional championship there. Other games in Division III, Northmore, they'll probably face number 1 seeded Worthington Christian, so that's going to be a tough test for Blade Tackett. But then you get Fredericktown. They get the sectional championship bye. They play 13th seeded Madison Plains. So there's another chance in Division III at least. And then we go to Division IV in the Central District. And that's where we'll see the likes of East Knox and Danville. That matchup will be on the 27th, 1 o'clock at East Knox, the 5-17, the Devil Dog game. And then on the other side of the bracket, you see top-seeded Cardington-Lincoln.
Yeah, and Cardington has to be feeling great about their draw. You know, going in, you're wondering if they were going to end up being the number 1, the number 2 seed with Patriot Prep. Cardington gets the number 1 seed. I think that goes back to the respect that was given to the KMAC for the schedule Cardington played. But Cardington gets a great draw. They get the winner of Delaware Christian and Ridgedale. They handled Ridgedale earlier in the year, and then with a win, they'll play Berne Union most likely in the district semis, and then maybe set up a rematch with one of their fellow KMAC schools, or if not, the Pirates will get a rematch with Newark Catholic, who was one of the teams that knocked them off this season. But I think Cardington has a chance to do some serious damage in the tournament, make a run to the Sweet 16. And as you said, I think Fredericktown's got a really, really good chance to advance against Madison Plains and slide out of there. And, of course, Centerburg North Union should be an outstanding game.
And then Highland down in Division II, 19th seed. They'll take on 8th-seeded Bishop Hartley, and if they can get by there, they'll get 6th-seeded Bloom Carroll, so not quite the draw for them. And then district semifinal, top-seeded Jonathan Alder, so a tough test for them.
Yeah, Highland is the one school in the KMAC that probably is really, really unhappy with their draw, because those are 3 outstanding teams that you mentioned right there, and for them to make any kind of run is going to take a lot of work from them.
All right, that'll wrap things up here from Centerburg, as you see Coach Marhefka talking to his players, looking at the JV players, saying, hey, this can be you in a couple years, cutting down this net. Just stick with us. But like I said, I'll wrap it up. Thanks to Mark Bollinger tonight for coming in back-to-back nights. Hope you enjoyed it.
Glad to be here.
Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday at East Knox for a sectional championship. I'd like to thank Max Sinatra once again for his great camera work. I'd like to thank the folks back at BS Media Productions, the OH.REPORT, Brian Skoronsky, Jory Hollenbeck, Adam Thompson, Garrett Parlett, Storm Blunchley. I'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, Knox Community Hospital, Webb's Marathon and Automotive, Teen Advisory Council of Knox County. I'd also like to thank Centerburg High School for allowing us to bring these games to you live and free. And most of all, I'd like to thank you, the fans, for watching. Your final score one more time, Centerburg 63, Danville 46. Trojans back-to-back KMAC champs. They move on to tournament play. I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from the heart of Ohio.